I call the meeting of the Henderson City Council to order at 6 p.m. on this 19th day of August, 2025. I declare a quorum is present and declare the notices have been legally posted pursuant to the Open Meetings Act. So at this time, would you please stand for our invocation, which will be led by Reverend Weatherton, and our pledges will be led by Councilman Strong.
Amen. If you all will join me in saying the pledge of allegiance to our nation's flag and honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you. All right. Just so I'm come in there. All right, we are down to our citizens' comments, and I have 4 of those turned in. Are there any more, Miss Cheryl?
There is not.
Okay. All right. First, we have Mr. Doolin, just in time. Yes, sir.
Thought I'd come in at the end of the deal.
Yes, sir. Would you please state your name for us?
My name is John Doolin. I'm a native of Rusk County. And as you're most aware, I've been going through the cemetery records for the city. And I've about got those finished up. And so I'd like to see if I can get permission to go through the city council minute books as far back as they go, and then come forward with that. Partly for historical purposes, what might be in there.
All right. That's fine. You have anything else, Mr. Doolin?
No.
Okay,
I can
all
do
right.
it. Well,
And we'll set you up at the table and let you go.
thank you, sir.
Okay, you're
Thank
welcome.
you, Mr. Dillon.
Okay, now we have 3 more, and we'll try to keep that to 3 minutes. First of all, we have Mr. Donovan Dixon.
You ready, Henry?
Yes, sir.
All right, my name is Donovan Dixon. I live at 1925 Eastwood here in Henderson, Texas. I'm born and raised here for 55 years, and I've owned a shop downtown for 26 years. I'm holding your City of Henderson Code and Ethics and Conduct for Elected and Appointed Officials. This is your official rules and regulations. I want to read some to you. It says, public officials be independent, impartial, and fair in their judgment and actions. Conduct of elected and appointed officials. EAO shall refrain from abusive conduct, personal charges, verbal attacks upon the character or motives of members of council, boards, and commissions. The staff are public. What you're holding, and 3 of you have already gotten this. These are, this is sent on Messenger to another public citizen, Tony Johnson, who is not here. This was sent by Brian Ballard through Messenger. And let me see it, baby. and you can read it. This was sent on, I believe, the 16th or 18th of July. And it states, "Don't fall for Donovan's crap. He has lied and doesn't tell the whole story. A bully that is used to getting his way. This was approved by all boards. I think you might have approved it if you had been giving all the facts. If you know, you know. Now his threats are definitely showing his immaturity." Now, immaturity is to send a picture like this. As a board member, he's not just a board member, he has been appointed an official of the board. He is vice president. And this is not what I want to represent me on a board here in Henderson. All of you can see this. It's not professional at all.
Here's the second one.
This is the second one that was sent to me on 7/18 on my personal messenger. He took down the picture before I could screenshot that. My sister was with me. We were buying plant material. This one, on this one, it was a picture of me and Rochelle on my Facebook page, and his title was "This Man is Delusional." And then you see where it says Brian Ballard deleted the message. I said, "I saw what you said. Why did you take it down?" "It's been screenshot, sir. You are welcome to go downtown at 12:30 for your approval," when Rochelle was speaking on TV. His exact words, "Took it down because I felt it was inappropriate. I applaud your enthusiasm for downtown. I made an error posting it. It was just, I was a bit upset and thought better of it. I will not post any response to anyone. I sent it to you only, but realized name calling is wrong. For that, I truly apologize." I was also sent this today. Let's see. Let me go on there. Let's see, messages. When you fill out an application, the very end of this, before you sign it, it states, "I understand that if appointed, I serve at the pleasure of the city council." That's you folks. It says, "and may be removed from this position at any time and for any reason or no reason at all, with or without notice."
I'm giving him my time.
I expect something to be done by you folks, because this is not I will not tolerate this. First, I've done way too much for this city, way too much for downtown, to have somebody that sits on a board that's supposed to represent me, who is governed by you folks. I will not allow it. I won't. The second thing I have to talk about is, I'm done with that. That's fact. He has went above and beyond. He has, I don't even want to talk on that anymore, because that upsets me too much. And I want something done. The second thing is, when this whole mural, I'm not going to call it a debacle, even though that's what it is. I tried to go the right way. I reached out to the director first, Mr. Gardella. We had a conversation on the phone, and I just reached out and said, and will not be called a liar either, that I have a town, just like I said, I'm here 55 years, born and raised, graduated here, have a business, and when I said, I'm a taxpayer, and my tax dollars go, and that's where you get your money from. His exact words to me were, "You do realize that's not your money. You just collect it for the state." I know I collect it for the state because of the goods and services that I both choose to sell downtown and the services I provide. And I had my sister, Teresa, who does all my accounting. From January the 1st, 2020 through August the 17th of 2025, my sales at those two locations are $5,517,434.65. And the little 2% that they get, or y'all get, is a total of almost $57,000 in 5 years. I've been in business for 30 years. So I've given the state and Henderson over $250,000 worth of collected taxes. And you better know I've got every right to know where my money is spent in this town. I'm tired of it. I am furious about it. And we go in there today to that meeting, and we find out afterwards $150,000 to Brent Bain for some kind of facade at his new place down there. $27,000 for a self-serving advertisement for Headco. Give me that $27,000 for downtown. I represent a lot of people downtown. I am the anchor store for downtown. People come to Henderson because of my store. I promise you, y'all know that. And I'm furious about it. And I will not stand for it anymore. It's time everybody opens their eyes and realizes we're not going to give money away to everybody. Some of these people they're giving to, they are well-bodied and have plenty of money to do their own stuff. And I just cannot get over $150,000 for that. I'm hearing $3 million for Velvet Oil. Are you kidding me? You know, but what I'm asking for on the first one is I want Brian Ballard's resignation, or I want that appointment done away with. And I'm done.
Okay, thank you. All right, we have next, Bill? Yes.
Hello, I'm Michael Bell. I'm the president of HEDCO. As I got in late and listened to Donovan, known Donovan for many, many years. Donovan actually called me when this started. I'm just here today to, at the end of the day, when I look at everything, we're here today, and I have a lot of respect for Donovan. Me and Donovan might disagree on different things, but we can sit here and talk about it, and we do. But just overall, from a head coach standpoint, don't have any notes here, just kind of talking off the top of my head. But I just tell you that, this community, I've been part of this community for the last 30 years, I would not be back in this community if it wasn't been for HEDCO. HEDCO took the opportunity many years ago that a lot of people dissented about, because it was actually a prison, and didn't want it in my backyard, didn't want it in my community. I had moved off here when I was 18 years of age and had the ability to come back because of that and because of HEDCO. Today, I serve on the HEDCO board because people ask me, with everything y'all are going through and why you do it? And, I just tell you, I want to give back to the community. Is any board or government entity perfect? Not at all. With what feedback we get and people that do reach out to me and listen, just as Donovan expressed then, I think that we all need to listen. We all need to look at it. I think the board needs to look at it. I think any board. But I also will tell you that the HEDCO board, as well as I believe other boards, is you got many people volunteer. I'm not picking on Donovan, but Donovan don't mind. Y'all didn't ask me to come serve on this board. I agreed to it because I actually put in an application. I volunteered. I had to go through an interview process to be on this board. And my schedule is pretty busy. I'm not here a whole lot. But I choose to because I want to give back to this community. And I believe that the board members that we have continue to do that too. I think that if anything out of this and what started off with the mural, anything comes out of good, is I hope we do get more people active, and there's no doubt that we will, and we have, and we'll continue, and I don't think that's a bad thing. I don't think that's bad from the council standpoint, HEDCO standpoint, or anybody else. But to sit here and it's easy to play quarterback on Monday, I think, again, we could maybe handle some things differently or looked at it differently, but at the end of the day, getting people engaged, getting people involved, getting people on these boards, and where I know that we have struggled sometimes doing that, I just hope that that comes out of it. And from a board standpoint, I've been on the board 4 years, and I know this last year, and I know the debate of what we spend money on, don't spend money on it, but we collectively talk about it as a board, and we make the best decisions that we can for this community and continue to and try to. And I think that opportunities from committees and everything else that we could look at additionally and see what we can learn from this and move forward. But thank y'all.
Thanks. We are down to our, Are there any more announcements or presentations at this time? Okay. Okay.
With that being said, I have 16, I got another one today, 16 applications for either cemetery, Main Street, or Preservation Board. So we have enough now that once we get everything in place that we need to get in place legally, then we can start doing some interviews to actually have different members on Main Street and Preservation instead of having to use them combined. So I just want to let y'all know we are,
What's going to be the process with the current members?
well, I think we're going to do a poll to see who wants to stay on the Main Street Board. And if any of them want to go to the Preservation Board, we kind of feel like we might need a little bit of, I don't know, what's the word for it? Instead of having 7 brand-new people on it, and if we end up with 7 brand-new people on it, then that's okay too. No matter which ones are on what board, we're going to have to get some training in place. There's going to be too many new ones out there, so we need lots of training in place. And I've already, Sunday, I was on the Texas Historical Commission's website and reaching out to them already about some training and stuff that we need to get done here. I have not had them respond to me yet, so, okay.
Once you have the poll complete, will you inform us
Sure.
when you begin the process of vetting the new applicants?
Okay.
Thank you.
We will.
All right, thank you, thank you. Okay. Now we're down to our consent agenda. This contains routine or non-controversial items. Are there any items that the council would like to move into regular session? If not, could I get a motion upon the consent agenda?
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to move item 4 to the regular agenda. Other than item 4, I'll move to approve items 2 and 3.
Motion?
That's a,
Okay. Motion by Mr. Cersey, second by Mr. Martin. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed, same sign. All right. All right, we'll just talk about item number 4, consideration and possible action upon HEDCO financial for the month of June 2025.
I want to move to table this because I want these presented in a different fashion. I want monthly reports, check register, including the minutes. I want that to be a recurring item, and whether it's on the consent agenda or the regular agenda, that's how I would like it presented. There's been too much with all these developments that I'm just not comfortable with it being presented in this format, and I want to table it. I'll put that in a motion. I move that we table.
Table item number 4. Second. All right, we've got a motion by Mr. Cersey, second by Ms. Martin. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed, same sign. All right, so we will table 4. All right, now we're moving to our regular session. Number 5, consideration and possible action upon the final payment to John Wright Construction on 2024 water improvement project of $34,890 and possibly setting a warranty date. Mr. Hartman and Mr. Holland.
This was a project that was started a little while back that's finally complete now and going through, redoing some of the streets. A lot of the infrastructure was in the middle of the street or maybe undersized. So either it was moved, retapped, or upsized. So the job's complete now, inspections have been complete, and we're ready to move forward with setting a warranty date.
Do we have any questions from the council? And could I get a motion on item number 5?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Cersey makes that motion. Mr. Strong seconds it. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Okay, item number 5 passes. Thank you. All right, item number 6, consideration and possible action upon the final payment to Rayford Truck and Tractor on the 2024 Master Street Improvement Plan program of $108,783.80 and possibly set a warranty date. Mr. Brown?
Sir, good evening, council and mayor. Yes, as the mayor indicated, this is the final payment for Rayford Truck and Tractor on a $1.8 million street contract that they have completed. Stokes did a punch list, and the contractor went through and completed all punch lists, and it all looks good and it's ready to go. So yes, we would like to issue them their final payment and set a warranty date. With your approval. Altogether, okay, so there was 400 to begin with. We're down to about 50 more left out of what we started in 2003.
Have you done any research on that little dead-end portion of South Van Buren, right off of Richardson?
I have looked at that, yes.
That ours, or is that a completely private street?
I believe that's ours. I would, but let me,
Will you
don't let me
research
lie.
that
Yes, sir.
and-
Don't let me lie to you here.
No, I
But
don't, I
yes,
don't wanna throw you off the spot. I just,
Yes, no, I will absolutely check into that, yes.
the entity there is gonna repave their parking lot, their little apron. The rescue unit entity, they're gonna repave their apron, but they were really hoping to get.
I believe we own that right away, but let me double check that.
Will you research that? Because they sent a letter, and they meant to send it to everybody, but it got to me.
Absolutely. That's no problem at all. Yes, sir.
I make a motion for approval.
Second.
Makes that motion. Mr. Strong seconds it. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign.
Thank you, council.
Thank you. Item number 6 carries. Item number 7, consideration and possible action upon Resolution 2025-08-01 for boards and commissions transparency.
Mr. Brown, were you able to look, or review it? Okay. It is a priority of mine, but I don't want it dropped on everybody suddenly. That
Motion to table item number 7. Motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. All right, motion. Item 7 will be tabled. All right, moving on to item number 8. Consideration and possible actions upon Resolution 2025-08-02, ordering a municipal election to be held November 4th, 2025 for the council districts 1, 4, and 5. Henderson. Okay, do we have any discussion, questions on item 8? If not, could I get a motion on item number 8?
Second.
Ms. Juarez made the motion, Mr. Strong seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Okay, that motion carries. Item number 9, consideration and possible actions upon a contact with the Russ County Election Administrator to run the November 4th, 2025 municipal election for Council Districts 1, 4, and 5. Alrighty.
That said, I'll second it too.
Okay, Ms. Juarez makes the motion, Mr. Strong seconds it. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Item 9 carries. Item number 10, open a public hearing on the proposed tax rate to be the no new revenue tax rate of .529139 per $100 valuation on each assessment to be based upon 100% of its appraised value.
Council, this is the, after y'all set the tax rate last meeting, this is that no new revenue tax rate of .529139. So this is just the public hearing, the first public hearing we'll have on the tax rate. So if you have any questions or if anybody else does. Public hearing, so.
Public hearing, yeah.
If anybody has anything.
Does anyone have anything on that question? Right. Item 11, consideration and possible action upon closing the public hearing.
Second.
Strong and Mr. Searcy. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed, same sign. All right. Item 12, open a public hearing on the proposed 2025-2026 budget.
Same thing here, council. The proposed budget is in front of you. Remember, we had the workshop. You also have a little printed sheet there in front of you that has any changes since the workshop. The only changes were council wanted to do the 3% cost of living raise across the board to employees, and then the added $50,000, Ms. Juarez, on the pickleball project and the general construction. That's the only change since the budget workshop that we had to the numbers. So that's the proposed budget, and it's been presented and posted. So this is the first public hearing on that. If you have any questions.
Any questions? Right. Item 13, consideration and possible action upon closing the public hearing. Could I get a motion? Mr. Martin makes the motion. Ms. Juarez seconds it. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Item 13 carries. Okay, item 14, consideration and possible action upon HEDCO program of work for fiscal year 2025, 2026.
Sir.
All right.
Good evening, council. I believe this was submitted to you in your packet. I could walk through it line by line, or if there's any questions that anybody has about our scope of work that we've been doing and what we anticipate continuing doing, be happy to discuss.
No, we didn't get this until an hour before the meeting, so I haven't had time to look through it.
Be happy to walk through it line by line then.
Screen, is that what you're, okay.
So the reason that y'all was not seeing that in the packet, I have moved it and reposted the packet out there.
I apologize, that's new information for me. Be happy to go through it line by line then, if you'll want to read along or go along with it. Obviously, you know, when the corporation was established as a Type A and then altered to a Type B with the November 2021 referendum, we're managed by a 7-member board of directors appointed by you guys that serve at the pleasure of the council. Daily operation oversight is the responsibility of the executive director and staff. Our mission statement, Henderson, Texas EDC goal is to create and foster a sustainable environment for attracting business investment and job creation, advancing opportunities that enhance the economy of the city, and improving the well-being and standard of living for our citizens. Our goals, obviously, as a Type B organization, we're able to do a lot more nowadays. I don't know if that's been specified in the past. Business retention and expansion is something that we're really expanding our reach on, especially on small businesses. Business recruitment, we have started new categories of recruitment that we're looking at, both on a national and international level, so we can be competitive. We're marketing the Henderson Innovation Park, the railroad optimization, and other sites and buildings that we're aware of in the city. And we work with a lot of those property owners to show those properties when we get the opportunity. And we use every financial enticement available from local, state, and federal opportunities to partner with our skilled workforce in support of government services for the benefit of recruited businesses. Economic diversification. 3 paths of economic diversity we pursue now are retail recruitment, residential recruitment, and primary job recruitment. As a Type A organization, it was really just primary job recruitment in the industry, industrial nature. But now as a Type B, we, as you guys know, we're working with entrepreneurs, small businesses, and recruiting large businesses that will really boost our employment basis. And obviously, you understand the challenges that we have about trying to get retail before we get rooftops or get primary jobs before we get rooftops. So they all work hand in hand, and we work on those things daily to try to recruit in every aspect. Tourism, we will continue to support the city, and we've had conversations about how do we expand and create different amenities and offerings for the city. There is a possibility that we are looking at a new sports complex. As I mentioned earlier, the rail service, the organization is working with Blacklands on the engineering of the Henderson Railroad optimization. The site is just adjacent to the Innovation Park, and we are trying to create a rail-served facility that is going to help Blacklands move their operations forward, gain additional business, and provide us the opportunity to be able to attract in some heavier users in more of the industrial nature or logistics nature that need rail service. In East Texas, rail service is a challenge to come by, and we have the ability to create something that we think will be attractive for people. Quality of life, we're working with the city right now. We've had conversations about how do we make the city more walkable and bikeable, including looking at helping the city with grant opportunities and pursuing grant opportunities so we can do that. I think it's very important that we have the ability to make sure that our citizens are safe when they're walking around. It's not just on some of the streets that we have, but some of the state highways that exist around here that I'm sure everybody sees daily, people having to walk down the street because there's no path or sidewalk for them to get out of the flow of traffic safely. So that's something that we want to help pursue. Residential opportunities, we are working on housing needs for the city in every respect. We've had a lot of conversations with the city about tiny homes up to executive homes. We know we have the need in this community of every size. I think the board has been very proactive in finding properties that we are looking for developers to help us to build those out with, including the piece down here at 323 and 64, which is what we believe is going to be a very nice tract for multifamily and retail sites. So that's something we'll be pursuing in the very near future and working on. Marketing, obviously, you know that we've created our new vision, Tomorrow's Texas, and that really means that we are going out and trying to recruit the opportunities for the future of Henderson. We are looking at advanced manufacturing in several different fields. Yes, we are looking at space and aerospace and IT. We're trying to demonstrate to our school kids that they have an opportunity to work in a different field than what they're used to seeing and growing up with around here. And if there are several dozens of other small communities around Texas that are doing this, then why can't we? So if we don't try, we won't get. And for those people who don't want to support us in that, I would say, change your minds. Give us a time. Give us an opportunity so we can change the lives of our kids so they have not just a hometown to come back to, but a home to come to. That's what Tomorrow's Texas is about and what we're trying to pursue. Our current projects, y'all will see that we're getting finished up with the Innovation Park. The streetlights are in. The monument signage is the only thing that is being delayed by the sign builder. The conduit is in place. The smart flowers are about to be finished, and regular maintenance is occurring out along the park. We're starting work right now, as I said, with Blacklands on the engineering for the railroad optimization. We have our work with Brasso Development on the Scout Crossing housing development. We just completed our support of Christus Medical Center with the public infrastructure expansion to help them to get their facility built and up and running. God bless you. We continue to support small businesses with our small business matching grant, which is new. It's about 4 months old. Shelby just reported in our meeting that in the last 4 months, she's visited over 90 businesses. We are up to 18 applications in, and I want to say that we've got about 14 of those businesses have already done the work or about to finish the work. This is a 50-50 match up to $10,000, which means that what we invest, the business owner or the property owner invests. So, we've put in close to $100,000, which means the property owners have also put in about $100,000. That's $200,000 of positive change to the look of our city and those businesses. And we aim to help even more in next year's budget. We want to make sure that the small businesses have every support of us, and that's what we're trying to do. Our industrial grant program, it's about a year old. My notes are actually outdated. We've assisted up to 3 businesses now. That is a 50-50 grant program up to $50,000, and we're right in the neighborhood of granting out about $100,000 through that program as well. We're supporting several Henderson businesses with their current operations with performance agreements based on capital improvements and job creations. Some of them are under non-disclosures. I apologize, we can't say it. Some of them have been discussed earlier, certainly not at the value that was mentioned, but that's okay. And we're expanding our reach in new employment sectors by working with strategic organizations throughout this country that can help us to get the touch points in the broad industries that we're looking for. We have 300 acres in our innovation park that we need to get filled, and we need help to do that. And that comes from local organizations, state organizations, national organizations, and international organizations to help us do that. So we're working that very aggressively. And let's see, workforce development. We continue to work with our workforce development, Texas Workforce Commission. We also will continue to work with the high school program and their CTE program to provide any assistance that they need. We did put monies back into our budget this year to help them to achieve grants when and if they're ready to write those grants. And we're also working with Kilgore College and a couple of other university systems around here to see what we can do to create the environment for them to bring higher education into our city and have more offerings. So any student of any age will have that ability to be able to go to post-secondary school here in Henderson. That's not, obviously, all of these things with economic development, they take time, but we've been able to start the conversations, and I think we're having some pretty good conversations in all of these respects. That's what I have. Any questions?
Fred, I have one on your, on you guys, the stuff that y'all are doing. Are y'all seeking out for local contractors, or are you going out of town, or what? I'm just asking, just curious.
I guess it depends on what you're referring to.
So,
I mean,
like your, the housing project that you got going on, that's what I'm kind of
Okay.
most curious about.
sure. We talked to a couple of local builders. All right? I can't help whether they've followed through or not, or stepped up to do anything with us. But we're also looking for a developer. And the gentleman that we have is a developer. Now, he's only working on 5 acres right now. He has an option on another 5. And if things go well, he has an option on the 35 across the street. But the
Is he a local
conversation.
guy?
He's out of Bullard, Tyler, something like that. The conversation about the 35 acres across the street, though, he full well knows if he's the master developer of it, he can't build out 35 acres. So there's every opportunity that anybody who wants to build homes can work with him on buying some of those lots and build. I can tell you that there's another builder in town, 2 actually, that I've talked to several months ago about building tiny homes. Because at that point in time, our outgoing mayor and our incoming mayor were talking about how do we get something going. We know we have Crimcrest up the road here who has small lots that would be a nice area. It already has all the infrastructure in there, so why can't we get some tiny homes up there? City Secretary and I visited quite a few times about it. We found out that we have the ability through ordinance to do that. So I've had that conversation with a couple of these gentlemen. They have not, we pledged our support to them to help them build, and they have not followed through. So yes, we are doing what we can locally. Big projects out in the Innovation Park, that gets sent out for bid. Anybody has the ability to bid on those projects. The bids that come in are typically highest and best use and price that is involved in that. But that is all controlled through Stokes and Associates, our engineering firm. They put everything together, so everything is maintained and above board.
So a local contractor would do what? Say, I'm a home builder and I want to come talk to you, what do I do? Come to your office?
Sure,
Or do you
yeah.
have like something on your website that they need to come look at, or what?
I think it's
How does
just
it work?
come in, have a conversation.
But why can't we publish it on the website as well? RFP opportunities. Most every other municipality and a lot of EDCs do that.
But what would you like me to post?
Any-
What request for proposal would you like me to propose?
Anything that you put forward that can have local, either developer or developers. If you can't get a local developer, a developer that will bring in local subcontractors to help do some of the work. Anything of that sort.
Sure. But you're making an assumption that the developer that we are working with now isn't doing that, and he has talked about doing that.
Nobody's talked to me about it, so I don't know. Is this developer, is he trying to engage local subs?
Yes, he is.
That's all I needed to know on that front.
Okay.
So I guess another question that I have to piggyback off of this, what is your plan to help mitigate some of the feedback that started with this advertisement, the mural project, and then your PR campaign following it? Because I've tried to look at it. I came and visited with you and talked about it. I've talked to so many people, and there are a lot of people, they don't want to give you a chance right now. They don't want to give economic development a chance to turn the page and move in a positive manner. And I've seen nothing of that sort that makes me want to support it right now. Because, quite frankly, you burned some bridges here. So I guess I want to know, before we move forward with this, what is your plan to help mend the fences here?
Okay.
And if you're even up for it?
I'm more than willing to have this conversation here or anywhere else. Out of this entire process, all of those people that you said I've burned bridges with, none of them have talked to me. My office is right down that hall. My office is right down that hall. I've had nine people, 3 on the Historic Commission that were brought into my office by Ben Patterson. We sat down and met. I've had 6 people call me. Okay? You came in and visited with me when you heard the information that you heard. I sat down and I had a direct and honest conversation with you about it. When you left, your words were, paraphrasing, you were so glad that they hired me and brought me here because my vision is so far afield of what this place has done.
Don't mischaracterize my words. Now, I said you had some good approaches.
Okay.
I said you had some good approaches.
Okay,
But we're not going to carry on with this.
So you want me to mitigate something that I can't mitigate because I didn't start this situation. All I did was I presented a marketing plan and a marketing concept to my board. They said, yes, go forward with it, because we were changing our logo, our design, and being very proud of who we were and who we are. Then it was presented to the Main Street folks, not once but twice. First, in an informational meeting in April, where it was shown to them, this is our concept. Then it was taken back to that board in May, where it was not only approved, it was unanimously approved. And the meeting was not chaotic, as it has been represented, because someone has put those recordings out there for people to listen to.
Okay,
So-
listen, gentlemen, all due respect, let's just stick to things that are on the agenda, if we can. Okay?
Well, I think this is pertinent to the scope of work. I mean, without
is.
community support,
Right.
this is all fine and dandy, but it's not going to work.
Yeah, so we'll move on to were you done, Mr. Gardello?
Yes, sir, unless there's any other questions from any of the other council members.
Okay. Do we have any more questions? What about you, Cersei? You have no question, or?
I could ask some more, but they're not going to, we're not going to get anywhere with that.
All right. Yes, could I get a motion on item 14?
I'll make a motion to table it until we have further discussion.
Got a motion to table it? Second? Not. Just that one right there. That's where he was, right there.
I want to have more dialogue about the approaches of what we're going to do with economic development. I don't think this is a complete picture.
Like to interject? All right. All right. I guess, on item 14, could I have a motion for item 19? 14, excuse me.
I will second the, oh, I'm sorry, I'll make a motion to table it.
Second.
Cersei seconds it. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Any opposed, same sign? All right. Item 14 will be tabled. I just didn't hear a response. I just heard two.
Sorry.
All righty. Okay, now we're down to item 15. Consideration and possible action upon headco budget for fiscal year 2025, 2026.
I guess the budget was in your packet of information. I will entertain any questions.
Hey, go back up a page, please. Oh, hold on, go down a little. What you have and what's on ours is a little different, so, well, it's just more compact, so I'm trying to follow along. Those, starting with line 6101 and working down, can you elaborate on these for us?
Sure, these are performance agreements.
Second.
I agree. Second.
All right. Ms. Juarez made the motion. Mr. Strong seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Okay. Item 15 carries. Items 14 and 15 will be tabled. All right. Thank you. Okay. Now, we're down to our departmental reports. The city council may deliberate and make inquiries into any item listed in the departmental reports. Does anyone wish to do so?
I would just like to point out that Sonny tried to leave a few minutes ago.
Oh, there he is.
He's back.
All righty. Okay, so we're down to the secretary's office. Mrs. Jimerson, you're up.
My turn to do
It's
the
your turn.
presentation for the monthly report. Yay! And I'm going to pass this around and go ahead and get all you council members to sign the order. I need your signature on it. Good evening, Mayor and Council.
Good evening.
All right. So I'm Cheryl Jimerson. I'm your city secretary. So I have TRMC as my acronyms after my name, which is the Texas Registered Municipal Clerk that I have.
Thought it was for the real
I was
master
actually
in
appointed,
charge.
oh, excuse me.
The real master in charge.
There you go. I can do that too. All right. Well, I was appointed December of 2018 to become your city secretary officially, and I love the position. It is a love. You have to have a love to do this because it's a lot. So this is just one of the 4 charter positions that there is in the city of Henderson. And I did not see if my little slideshow was going to work. I'm going way too far. I'm at the end. And that's all I do.
That's it.
That's
All right.
it.
Wow.
All right. I don't know which way to go with this, Jay. Grab the bottom one? Okay.
Sorry,
One
I'm
thing
good, but
they
I'm
did
not
not
that good.
train me on is using this little thing right here. Okay. doesn't change mine on my screen? No, okay. We're the only level of government that actually makes contact with the citizens on a daily basis that I know of. So I do, every day, answer some kind of response or see or conversate with the citizens on a governmental level. So, history of the city secretary. It's one of the oldest and public roles in local government. The second oldest profession. Our council, if you will read the second one, I just love this. In ancient Greece, each meeting was governed by the body, began by the recorder reading aloud the documents to be considered and pronouncing a curse on anyone who would seek to deceive the people. Yeah, our council made sure that that was redacted a few months back, so we don't get to do that. Let's see. So, more curses? Yeah. The city secretary is one of the, well, I just did that. Mine's not changing. Let me just wing it. So the city secretary is governed by the city charter, state statutes, and the council direction. There's over 1,200 Texas cities with city secretaries at this time now. This is a little dated. Not a chartered officer in the city of Henderson. You did hear me say that there was 4 positions that was actually in the charter to hold positions. The auditor is the only one that is not. The judge, manager, city secretary, and city attorney all is within the charter to be appointed by council. What I like to do is to provide value to all customers, internal and external. It doesn't matter if it's what department it is coming in. I want to talk to them. I want to answer their questions if I can. And if I can, I'm going to find an answer for them. And I feel like all the citizens that reach out to me know that I will do that as well. Yep, I'm the administrative services for 8 different departments. All the council meeting stuff, the ongoing council training, reference sources. Member of the city management thing. I do all the annual cybersecurity compliances. If there's anyone left on the city staff that has not got them turned in to me, you do have a little more time, but 1 week. And of course, you know the most famous one is performs other duties as assigned. You know, that falls under every job description, I believe. I only work under pressure with few distractions occasionally. I administer the Public Information Act. Any open records request pretty much run through my office, and then I make sure the correct department gets them and gets the request answered or move forward with whatever needs to take place at that time. I administer all the board applications. I've never had this many before, so in 5 years, 6 years now, I'm very excited to have this many applications to sort through and be able to schedule interviews with the interview committee. I don't know if all of you know it or not, but the interview committee actually consists of the mayor, a council person, either Jay or I, and the liaison for that board. So there's several people involved in it. All the liquors licensing and permitting comes through me, and the bingo applications, oil and gas applications. I am a notary. Just so many things. I do I am appointed the election official. I have not had to run an election at this city yet, thank you. I have been involved with running elections before at a smaller city. It is a very big job. So I do thank y'all for all of y'all's support to do that. All the records, official records, actually runs through this. I'm the custodian of all of them, including the city seal. I don't know how many of you really know it, but there are actually guidelines on what our city seal is supposed to look like within our charter as well. I mean, you don't just order a seal and it's the official city seal. It's within the charter. So I do all the storage and safekeeping of all the municipal documents, historical files. Mr. Dillon was asking to go ahead and start looking through all of our council minutes. I have council minutes from 1911 that are very fragile. I have had help making sure all of those are scanned. I hope he is willing just to accept all of them on a flash drive. And he can have them all on one. They're very delicate. They are disintegrating, and I don't know how to quite preserve them, but I keep them in a dark place all the time. So. Digitizing. I'd love to have everything go digital. I'm working towards trying to make that happen. I've reached out to the Texas State Library and getting some information on what I need to do to make that happen. Most every department's pretty easy. HR is not one that'll ever have everything all scanned in and be digital. So we may have everything except for the HR, but we may take HR from a beginning date and move forward. Y'all know all that. I just went through all that. For the past year, I've been assisting the Community Development Department. Wes Breitenberg has been really good about picking up. He's going to start picking up doing all the board of adjustments and zoning meetings, and he's already doing the minor plats and working on some of the zoning stuff. So he will be, I hope, taking that completely off of me in the next few months. Development. I'm part of the Municipal Clerks Association. This is just everything that I'm a part of, and look to have good resources from. If I have questions, I know I can go to them and get the right answer. Which type of government? The council manager. Yeah. I am the link to all the city. I like being that link. I enjoy my work. Anything that runs through this pretty much runs across my desk at one point or the other, either in the beginning stages or the end of the stages, where I'm actually scanning and making sure all the contracts are digital. Goals I have for myself just because this is legislative year, I do have to make sure I'm updated on all the legislative stuff. Here a few months ago, I had reached out and I found some grant software. We've not ever been able to find the money to be able to have someone really search for grants. There's a lot of grants out there, but you have to pay a person to be able to do that. So I found this software, and HEDCO has helped pay for this, and we got some more training coming up. I hope September I can get some more training on it, and that's really start utilizing this software. Act as the person for us, the liaison, to make sure that we know what grants are out there, even including foundations. Foundations are the hardest ones to find, and that's also UBO copiers. I was reaching out to find some software to help me with the digitizing of the files, and they had the Laserfish. So I was talking to them about Laserfish. They offered us a year free with 5 users. So I have went ahead and just put that that on hold. I will be continuing to look forward on that, go forward on it. I'd like to be able to put it together a charter review board and be prepared to have the charter updated on the election for 2026. And I'll talk diligently on that, so we're going to try to put that together. And of course, I'm working on my recertification now, so. I left this in here. I did take this from one other city secretary. She found this, and I am not really aware of the author, but in one of his books, he made this statement, and I was really, made me feel good. So I just wanted it to be in there that no other office in municipal services has so many contracts. I go through everyone and enjoy my job. If I didn't enjoy my job, I wouldn't be here. Let's see, I'm gonna be the contact, the city secretary's office. Yeah, that'd be it. That's the city secretary. Okay, now, after everything I've been through, I'm still smiling. Not because I'm strong, I just might be crazy, so y'all need to be aware of that. And I see somebody added a little blurb on there. Jay, did you happen to? That wasn't you?
Wasn't me.
So
Better talk to
my
one of these
parking
others.
scares some people around here. I'm not sure. So David, you and I'll be having a conversation after. Does anybody have any questions? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to take so long.
I echo that.
Yeah, you,
Yeah, thank you.
Cheryl, you are a walking encyclopedia for the city, and for that, I am forever grateful.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for all you do for everyone in town, all the citizens and everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, at this time, we will enter into executive session at 7:08 to consult with the attorney at this time.